It's your boy Sid, and we have something very special happening tonight because we were supposed to be on Dallas Cowboys for Life, Chan, but we had complications, so I came over here on Cowboys Fan 1980 stream, and I will still be hosting the show as usual, but on another stream. But it's all good. It's all good. We're still here to run a hot show. I got, two big. Listen, I look up to these guys. Cowboys Fan 1980 was the reason why I started doing my streams. And of course, Mr. Rome, he just new guy coming up and already like 1,000 followers blowing it up. So I'm going to let these guys introduce themselves a little bit, and I'm going to get right into it because I definitely got some questions for Cowboys Fan 1980. So let's get into it. So we'll start with Mr. Rome first. Mr. Rome, let the people know who you are and let them know where to find you, man.
All right, it's Mr. Rome, Cowboys Fan Talk. I've been on YouTube for like about 5 months now. Hey, just trying to make my little niche in the game, humbly trying to grow the channel. And like, I ain't really got much to say. I got to hand it off to one of the goats right now. So I'm going to let 1980 do his thing.
Yeah, man, I agree with you. We got the GOAT. Like, if there's a GOAT out there in streaming, 1980 is one of them. And you know what? I have to ask you to do one thing for the fans and one thing for me because I love it when you do it.
What?
I want you to break it out with this game.
I can't. I can only do that. I can only do that when we are about to lose.
We're there.
It's not authentic. It's not authentic. I can't. I know you want to hear it. I know you want to feel the power, but I can't do it right now.
Okay. Man, you're probably gonna have to do it at some point for me on your next stream and send me a shout out. But for now, please let them know where to find you. Let them know all about the good stuff, man.
Guys, Dallas Cowboy Fan 1980 right here on YouTube, on Twitter. Twitter page is not really, but it is what it is. Guys, thank you for having me. And I've been trying. This guy's been trying to get me for
a minute,
probably about a year, seriously. And I just been, man, I don't know where I've been. I've been on another planet. Don't know, man. I just been everywhere, working in the truck, whatever. But I watch both of these guys. They have all the potential in the world. They're great. They're smart. They are dedicated to their team. Mr. Rome is an up-and-coming YouTuber. So, guys, everybody in the comments section, man, make sure y'all go check him out. It's your boy. That's why Sid is in the house, man. He will bring it to you as well. But I'm ready to get this ball rolling, man. So what we got, come at me, man. Let's go.
Yeah, man, I'm with you, man. Guys, for you guys that don't know who I am, it's your boy Sid. That's who I am. Dallas Cowboys, the number 4 Life. That's my YouTube channel. And if you want to see me on Twitter, it's SidDC4 Life. So with that being said, when I have guests on my channel, and we're going to do this properly next time and get you on my stream because a lot of people want to see you on my stream. I want to know what made you become a Dallas Cowboys fan? How long have you been a Dallas Cowboy fan? And is it as hard for you to remain a Dallas Cowboys fan with all the hate that we're getting? That's for you, man. I'm asking you. We're gonna get to Rome, but I'm asking you directly because
let me go talk.
But
I've been in this for 40 years. I might as well say. I was born into blue and silver. I was born into it. My dad knew Jimmy Johnson back in the day.
Wow.
He knew Tom Landry as well. And but he was a lot closer with Jimmy Johnson. And I was on the sideline as a kid. I was a ball boy. When I got older, I was a ball boy for the Dallas Cowboys. So I know in those days, was that 94, 95, 96-ish. Those were the last. 95 was our last Super Bowl. So I smell talent a mile away. I know what it takes. I've been there. I've been on the sideline. I know how a sideline should be.
Yeah,
how leadership should be on and off the field in order to create the right recipe for a winning culture. And that's a recipe that has been missing for a long, long time. The game is so different now. Sorry, Mr. Rome.
Yeah.
The game is so different now. It's not really authentic. It's all about how much I can make, which is fine. I get it. You want to get out there, get your money, do your thing. But it's all about money first, win second. See, back in the day, it was win first, money second. The money was going to come, through contracts, endorsements, commercials, whatever. It was going to come. But now it's all about that now. And that's all they care about. You got guys holding out, but they fumbling the ball, 2-3 times. It's just it's the nature. It's the world we live in now. That's the bottom line. Everything is everybody wants quick results. Everything is fast paced. There's nothing natural anymore. That's why we're not winning games, because we're not a natural team. This is not a natural football team. We've lost fundamentals and everything. But that's all I'm gonna say right now. I'm gonna let my boy down there talk. I'm sorry, man. I get going.
You're good.
So let me.
It's good, man.
I'm on your page. I mean, I feel the same way about the team. My whole little campaign has been, I'm a big proponent of culture over tanking. You don't gotta try. If your team bad is bad, you deal with what you get at the end of the season. At the end of the season, you don't put yourself in a mindset where you're like, well, if we lose, we'll get better, because that mindset will stick, and then you'll end up like Detroit, or not, no disrespect to Detroit fans. I'm just saying, like, certain teams that can't get out of that rut, and I guess we one of those teams, because you just kind of get into. It's kind of like what happened to us on the last game, and I know we're gonna touch on it. It's like you don't believe how good you are, and as soon as one bad thing happened, you like, oh, it's over, and that's what happened in the Washington game. It's like, we still ain't quite to the point where we know we can win. Like the Chiefs. The Chiefs get down like every week, but they're like, let's turn it on, because they know that we got it. And Dallas is like, they'll make a good play, and then they'll kind of step back and be like, did I really do that?
Yeah.
Oh, we really did that? So as soon as one bad thing happened, it's like, man, we ain't a good team anyway. And that's what happened. They just checked out last week. As soon as one bad thing happened, the game, the bad thing. As soon as that punt, that fake punt, they was like, you know what, man, it was a good game. We tried. Let's go on and wrap this up real quick. And it's like they stopped trying, and we was right there. I know nobody outside of Dallas want to hear that because they want to hate on us. But if you were a non-biased fan, you seen it.
Yeah, and we're gonna jump on that game because
I'm sorry.
I was streaming live. I was reporting as the game was happening, and I know people saw the anger, the frustration, the how, I want to ask you guys the fake punt. Okay, I was just like, okay, I kind of let that one go, but for a second time, and then you throw the ball.
Yeah.
Like, I just didn't understand where the mentality was coming from with those type of decisions. If in the fourth quarter, agree. You're down by a touchdown. You want to take a chance. But there were certain times that we didn't need to go for it. In the fourth quarter, when we did go for it, we still had a full quarter left. There was no reason for us to go for it. So I just feel that the wrong decisions are being made. This is on Mike McCarthy. I in my opinion, I was on a Mike McCarthy train. I was like, you know what? New team, new coaching staff, a lot of rookies. There's no reason for us to blame all this on Mike McCarthy. But that game, at the end of that game, I was like, oh, no. This is on Mike McCarthy. So with that being said, what else do you guys went wrong in that game? Because I think everything went wrong. The only good play that I felt was that play when that pass got that breadbasket to Jalen Smith. And I felt like that should have been giving us that motivation to do better, but it didn't. So with that being said, Mr. Holmes, what do you think? What else do you think went wrong with that game?
Through watching the whole game, I will even give credit. The O-line was trying to hold up, and that's a heck of a pass rush. And then I have Zach Martin to go out and
Irving
to go out. I was like, okay, it's about to be a turnstile. It was bad, but it could have been worse. It could have been like what happened originally with Dalton. So I was like, okay, they're holding up a little bit. We couldn't really get out of our own way as far as like offensively. Like we couldn't get really nothing too established, but I'm like, okay, we're holding up differently. Like people are making tackles. It's just we were trying.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, but we were teeter-tottering on the confidence level. And I'm not trying to go back to the point I just made. It's just, it's almost like this how I felt about, and remember the Cardinals game? First quarter and a half, he was locked in.
Yep.
And then, well, I hate to keep winning on Zeke. Them fumbles it cripples the team. That Cardinals game, we ate that first fumble. Like, all right, we climb out this hole. They scored quick. We climb out this hole. He fumbled again, and they scored again. It was like, all right, now, and they just checked out. It's like that's our problem. I don't know why anybody on the coaching staff, anybody with any type of merit with the team can't just be like, look, man, we can't just check out. We grown, like they're grown men. I don't know where their psyche goes. With one bad thing happens, and they like, man, what we doing after?
You know, Cowboys check out. Cowboys fan 1980. What do you think? What do you think went wrong with that game?
Well, I can go a little deeper than that. It's fundamentals. That's what I've been saying. We lack the fundamentals, and we're insecure. That makes you an insecure football team. When you lose fundamentals are the roots of any sport. Learning how to play that sport. Pop Warner football, they teach you how to wrap up and tackle. Have you ever watched the other team? Like, I was watching the Ravens game and Pittsburgh game yesterday. That game kind of came out of nowhere. I didn't even know. I was flipping channel like, oh, damn, it's a football game on. And the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is so fundamentally sound. They are all around the ball in a bad mood. They're not just all around the ball. They're all around the ball in a bad mood. And they are, in other words, the Dallas Cowboys don't know how to spell. They don't know how to spell fundamentals, and they don't know how to spell consistency. Mm-hmm. They are Pittsburgh and Washington, also Washington, even though they suck, but against us, against the Dallas Cowboys, they did no wrong on defense. They are, and Troy Aikman said it, they are great tacklers.
Yep.
We can't even make tackles. We have guys in the backfield for a loss of yardage, and we can't even make like regular fundamental tackles. So you can miss me.
I was about to throw a name out there.
You can miss me with the stats. You can't talk about stats. You can't really do film sessions too much if the guys can't fundamentally get out there and play.
Or after they make a tackle, they want to celebrate.
I'm just
being one tackle.
Exactly. And and that goes with that's coaching too. You know, it starts from the top, and that's why I say it's not even a team thing anymore. I'm not even blaming the players anymore. It goes so further than that. See, a lot of people don't want to go here because they're scared to lose. They're scared to lose fans or subscribers or anything like that. You got it when you're talking about a sport that you love. You have to bring everything. You have to bring all the ingredients to the table. You can't just bring the turkey. You got to bring the dressing. You got to bring the cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
Bring, the sweet potato pie. You got to bring the apple pie. You got to bring all that because everybody's going to be looking around and say, hey, man, where is the fundamental servings? Where is the fundamental stuff? You got the turkey, but you don't have everything else. You got to be willing to sacrifice yourself and talk about those things because that's what the Dallas Cowboys have been lacking since 1995. Now we've had our good years. We had 2014 where we supposed to go to the Super Bowl that year. We had the 2016. We've had some pretty good years, and we've had a lot of good talent walk through here and walk away and go win a championship with somebody else. You get what I'm saying? So that's how you know. That's how you know that it's a organizational issue. It's not. I can't even blame the players anymore. Bless their hearts. They don't know any better. Action reflect leadership.
Yep.
How you raise your kids is how they're going to turn out in the world. If you out in the world acting a fool as a parent, your kids are going to be out there in the world acting a fool as a parent. It's a domino effect. If you don't care what kind of coaching staff you got in here, and whatever, your players are not going to care. They're going to, oh well, shit, I tried. We don't need you to try.
Well, you
tried in Pop Warner. You tried in high school. You tried in college. This the pros now, dog. You got the luxury shit. You got the charter buses. You got the caviar. You got the yacht. You got all that stuff, man. You got to bring something to the table, man. You got to get something back to your city, to your community. And I'm not just talking about donating money. I'm talking about winning
on the field.
On the field. That's how you get back. But they haven't done that in 25 years. So it's kind of hard to take them seriously, being a fan or somebody else coming in to play us.
Well, to your point, you know, with you brought up the Steelers, you are a reflection of your coach. I'm not here to denigrate Mike McCarthy. I'm gonna give him a fair shot. We got like 20 players hurt. I'm gonna let you rock for another season because I don't got a choice anyway. But that tenacity, that passion, you can see it in Mike McCarthy and Mike Tomlin's eyes.
Yeah,
that's why the Steelers play like that. It's from the coach. And it's not just, I mean, it's Mike Tomlin. It's certain coaches. You emulate your coach, you can see it. And even like, say, for instance, with like a Andy Reid, because he's not an outwardly emotional guy. But I've gotten wind of Andy Reid is very, very much passionate behind the scenes. You know, he don't take lightly to like that whole thing where they said the Raiders took a victory lap when they first beat him earlier in the season. You best believe Andy Reid made that a point of emphasis that week. You emulate your coach. I don't know. I liked that Mike McCarthy seemed to be tapping into the right emotional things about 2 weeks ago with the whole watermelon gate.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't gonna go in depth in that.
We don't need to go into it.
I liked what he did there because it seemed like he was finding ways to reach the team on other levels.
And another,
you know, and you got to find ways to do that. I do like to see some of the passion he shows instead of just the constant clapping that we used to deal with. You know, I like that, but his job is not done. That's why I was saying the other day, these next 5 games going to define his whole tenure. Because this is when you really can see when you got everybody healthy, you can mess up on some fake punts and your talent and your team might save you. Ain't nothing saving him. Let's see what his coaching chops. You got 5 games that show me something. Show me something.
100%. So before we move on, man, the chat is blowing up, and I just want to send a few shout outs, obviously. We got Moving the Chains is in the house. Thanks for tuning in. Huge supporter. Jessica, Joseph, Jose Morales. And I see somebody, I noticed you just posted Winter. What's up, Winter? Vlon88. Guys, we appreciate you guys coming into the chat to show the support. And we do this for the love of our team as much as for the love of the game. So huge respect to everybody who's in chat. And if I missed anyone, trust me, come on my channel. I'm always showing love and commenting and letting people know that I appreciate their support. So with that being said, we have 5 games left. You just said it. Now, a lot of people are telling me, and I know you guys are hearing it too, it's tank time. You got a good draft pick. It's tank time. And the Dallas Cowboys are going to tank the next 5 games. Now, me personally, I don't see that happening. I don't see the Dallas Cowboys like you said before, Rome. If you do this type of culture, and if you guys feel that you're going to do this year, it's going to affect you in the years to come.
Yeah, high draft picks don't help bad cultures. It don't.
Exactly.
Some people pick high every year. It don't. Yeah. So Jaguars always in the top 5.
There you go. So we need to go out there, and if we win the next 5 games, we have a playoff chance, right? So with that being said, do you guys think that the Dallas Cowboys are at the point where they are going to tank, or do you think there's still some kind of fight in them for them to have that pride, even if we don't make playoffs, just to say we finished strong and we're going to build from that going into next year? What do you think, 1980?
Wow, that word tank is.
I'm not talking about the other tank that I don't like, so we don't go there either.
Yeah. I don't like the word tank. It's I don't think we need the way we've been playing. If we keep playing like we're playing, we don't need the tank. We're just going to keep losing. I mean, we're just going to lose games. There's no NFL team that exists that wants to tank. They don't want to do that. Trust me. A lot of times it's just like Rome just said. It's just a natural thing that happens. And okay, say we do tank. Okay, let's throw that word out there since everybody's using it. Let's say we do tank. Okay. what are we gonna do with it?
Right.
Yeah, I'm asking you. I know y'all know.
Hey, look, I think I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
What?
No, you want to know what I would do? Because that's a whole different. Or what do you think the Dallas would do?
No, what I'm saying, I wasn't really asking a question. I was being funny because since 95, everybody keeps saying tank. But do we know how to use a tank? Do we know how to use a good draft pick? There's been plenty of guys in here, Super Bowl bound talent that's been roaming through these locker rooms. I can say some names: Romo, Des Bryant, DeMarco Murray, Ware, Witten. These are guys. These are talented guys that did not get a championship with the Dallas Cowboys. They just didn't. They went somewhere else.
Yeah.
Ware went somewhere else. He went to Denver, got his team. He didn't get one here. So when people say tank, are the Dallas Cowboys going to really do something with that tank? Are we going to do something with that pick? Because, we got CeeDee Lamb now. He was the top pick in the draft pretty much. Are we going to let his talent go to waste? We let Des Bryant get out of here without a ring. We let Romo get out of here without a ring. Travis Fredericks, guys like that great.
There's some other talent around the league that was former Cowboys. They look pretty happy. Cole Beasley don't look too sad up in Buffalo.
Yeah, they don't shining. You see what I'm saying? So until they prove to me that, if we tank, we're going to get a good draft pick, and we're going to pick the number one draft. We're going to pick an offensive lineman. We're going to pick a defensive lineman, interior guy, somebody like Warren Sapp that'll break through there real good, nice, and boom, get to the quarterback without missing. You can do that all you want, but is that going to take place? Is that going to help us? Are we going to be able to use? Are we going to let this guy, whoever he is, come in here and go away without a championship, just like the others?
Yep.
And I'm not on here to badmouth the Cowboys. So don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people that don't like to hear the truth, that's the first thing that comes out of their mouth. They say, he just bad, negative. No, man, I'm being realistic. We've all been watching the same thing since 95, right? So I'm thinking it's been we're supposed to be America's team and all this stuff. We're supposed to have a ring by now, one or two, maybe three.
Can I say something to that?
Go ahead, dog.
No, look, I just want to say, look, your channel is the real. It's truth. Yeah. That's why I'm always there.
Yeah,
it's truth.
Yeah,
people don't want to take their medicine. You got to take your medicine. But there's a difference between your channel's truth and what's the dude with the bad dress shirt? The Cowboys report joint, where they all they do is preach. Like, it's a difference between like preaching tank. Like, hey, man, we need to just lose. We need to do whatever we need to do to lose. And that's just your focus. I take that as negativity. Just because you critiquing somebody don't mean you negative. If you see bad play on the field, you got to keep it funky. Y'all playing like trash. I'm not going to lie. So I every time you come on and get a truth, I'm right there. Because that's what I wish some players would start listening.
Right. Because that touchdown, it was supposed to be a touchdown. You brought that up earlier with Jalen Smith. That was supposed to be the turnaround of the game.
Yeah. Yes.
And by the players not having their heads on the swivel, not trying to locate a block. The guy came from the back.
Should have knocked him out. He shouldn't have made it.
He was on the ground and got up and caught him. I'm like, okay, we all know Jalen's not that fast. Okay, we get that. So that's when your antennas should go up and be like, okay, damn, we need to block for this guy.
Xavier Woods can't do it on every play, remember?
Just crazy.
That's my point. Xavier Woods. That was one of them plays they had to take off, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that right there, that was no excuse. And then on top of that, to put the icing on the negative cake, on top of that, we went all the way down there and kicked a field goal.
That was this. They ain't had none of this. There ain't no way you're gonna get that close. The game is hinging. You're right. That's that part. The game is hinging. You're not gonna punch it in.
There was no reason for CeeDee Lamb not to catch that ball.
Yeah. You know who need to be looking in the mirror? Ezekiel Elliott, because that's game time. You that close? Hey, coach, I don't care what's going on. I get it in.
Yeah.
Get it in. Because you know what? When I see them games on the line, when I'm watching the Titans game, ain't no hesitation. Oh, y'all know it's coming. Give it to King Henry. I don't care.
Henry is gonna get it across that.
Y'all can bring some dudes in off the sideline and run 15 on 11. I'm getting it in. I missed that. I don't know where that Zeke went. Maybe he's still holding out for his contract because I ain't seen him in a while. I'm gonna get it in no matter what.
We'll jump on Zeke right now. Actually, we have Zeke in our mouths. Let's jump on Zeke because I'm defending Zeke because I'm saying to myself, Dak is the leader. We all know that, right?
We know it now.
Dak is the leader of the team, and I believe that Dak going out, Zeke has taken that responsibility on himself.
Yeah.
And I think that it mental wise is definitely playing with him somewhere. Because I've never seen, I went and watched some college tape, and I don't watch tape. I wanted to see, has Zeke fumbled this much in college? No.
I asked you a question about watching college Zeke. You see that he overweight? Zeke carrying 20 pounds he don't need to be carrying.
Yeah.
That's why he looked like a fullback.
But you know what he's doing now, right?
He's running at about 240 right now. And he should be
Xbox streaming. He's on his Xbox streaming when he should be in the gym getting some extra workout.
And look, I know me calling Zeke out of shape is crazy. I get it. But I'm talking about I'm comparing Zeke to Zeke. And early Zeke, when he like to come out with his abs out, it's a different person. I'm sorry to hate. I love Zeke, but I can see the difference. If he can't, I can't help him.
Do you think he's taking the team on his shoulders since Dak is not there, and that's playing some kind of obviously fumbling the balls is definitely playing with. I think it's messing him up.
I think Zeke need this medicine. He need a 1980 session. Zeke has spent 4.5 years getting nothing but praise because he had this shield in front of him called Dak Prescott. So every time something happened, even when Zeke didn't show up in the playoffs, no matter what happens, they say it was Dak's fault. I don't care what Zeke did. And you can't do that no more because Dak on the sideline. So right now, Zeke got to take his medicine. It's not hate. It's just for the first time ever, you getting critiqued. And he probably not handling it well. But so what? You getting paid millions of dollars.
Millions.
You need to go look in the mirror and realize, okay, if I can't get it together in these next 5 games, he's going to do what he do. But I'm talking about how Zeke show up in the next preseason. I better see a transformation because this ain't working. I seen a blog, and I'm sorry, I'm going to let you go, 1980. I seen a blog the other day. They were saying, because the Giants is feeling themselves. They were saying that Wayne Gallman is better than Zeke. That's how everybody's chest is puffed out right now. And if I see it, I know Zeke see it. I don't care what he said. The fact that people would even broach their mouth and say, hey, man, our second string running back better than your starter. So it's hard to fix some things midseason. So he's going to do what he do for the next 5 games. He's going to run hard. But I need to see the same effort that he used to, like the Ohio State Zeke. He only, 25? We're not talking about a guy that's 29 and it might be over. He better hit this offseason. He better start training. That's all I'm going to say.
Before 1980 jumps in, because I just want to correct, because we're getting a lot of flat. Well, only one person's giving us some heat. So Jessica's saying Zeke got hurt, that charge. How y'all going to talk about this man? It's not just about what he's doing in this game. It's what he hasn't been doing in all the previous games.
Ask Jessica when you ever seen Zeke get criticized ever. I'll wait. Because you can't. This is his first time dealing with. Because where's the Dak people holding Dak down when over the last 4 years he's getting nothing but criticism?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Zeke don't get criticized. Welcome to the party, Zeke. When you play bad, people tell you that you look bad. That's how this goes. When we lost that Rams game and he didn't show up, 46 yards, I ain't hear nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, he's not focused, man. Zeke is not focused. 1980, man, please jump in on this, and I want your take on what happened with Zeke this year.
Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah. I remember the 2016 Zeke.
The hungry Zeke.
Like Pollard 2.0. But that was a just add water team. That was a Romo Super Bowl ready team.
It was ready.
Yeah.
So it was easy to plug in Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott, and they could feel the power and get in there and make something happen and damn near tie at the MVP. Well, I mean, Rookie of the Year.
Good leadership on that team.
I agree with my boy Mr. Roman that Zeke has put on the weight and he doesn't have that burst. Zeke still has the vision. He still has great vision though. He's still really good at turning negatives into positives. Now, there's only so much that you can blame the running back when you don't have an offensive line blocking for him. You get what you have to have that. Yeah. Zeke and Pollard are two different styles of running backs. Pollard is younger. He's more fearless. I've said this before. He's younger. He's more fearless. He'll hit those holes and not worried about getting hit. See, when you get older, you start using your head a little more, and you're waiting on your vision gets a little blurry, but you still have the know-how and the name to get through the line. Zeke is at the point where he kind of needs an offensive line. Now, there are times where Zeke can make some things happen. Trust me, he's done it. He's done it this season. He's done it this season. But they have different styles, and his line that he ran behind 2016, 2017, 2018, they're gone.
All of them.
They're gone. Now, all these new guys, with the exception of Martin, but hell, he's not even 100%. We probably won't see him no more this year. So
our center gonna be legit though. I'm gonna just let
all these guys are new guys. So when you're playing with somebody new that you haven't been playing with since 2016, see Emmitt Smith back in the day, we had the Great Wall of Dallas. We had Eric Williams. We had Mark Tuinei. Mm-hmm. We had Nate Newton. We had Larry Allen. We had Stepnoski as center. They called him Dalton because he was small, but he had good technique. He ran behind those guys for years. So the rhythm was there. See, there's no rhythm here.
And they ain't get hurt. They was just around.
And when you don't have rhythm, not even Pollard can get through those lines as fast as he is. Now we're starting to see what I've been preaching for years and years and years. Now you're starting to see how important the offensive line is to a football organization.
100%.
Of the ball. It controls everything. And I mean everything. It keeps your defense on the sideline. It keeps them fresh. You're able to milk the clock. See, we were able to beat teams with the run back in 2016, 17, 18. We can milk the clock, milk, run the ball, get in the red zone and do something with it. Now those times are gone. You see what I'm saying? So now Zeke is off rhythm because his DJ ain't in there. So he's out of rhythm. The Dak is not in there. Then he's got a fresh offensive line. Still in the learning transitional process.
Yeah.
So that's why we are struggling this season because the Dallas Cowboys are out of sync and out of rhythm. And that rhythm, that beat, the beat to that drum is the offensive line.
I mean, I feel like that's Dallas's cornerstone. I feel like Dallas's best teams in history was always about the trenches. The older teams, we had the doomsday defense, we had the ill defensive line. Cowboys in the 90s, it was the offense. Well, our D-line wasn't too bad neither. But I'm just saying our trenches were amazing that Super Bowl run. That's why we would dominate people. You always dominate from the front up. I know everybody liked the glitz and the glam, and you're right, a couple of years ago, that was we would take people in like a boxing match. We take them into the deep rounds. All right, early in the game, we would always start off slow, and we would all get frustrated. Throw the ball. But it was a plan. I give Garrett that. He had a plan. I'm about to take y'all into deep water. I'm punting because a lot of the games we won, although I felt like Garrett's clock management late in games, but that's a story for another day. But I feel like a lot of the games we won, we were like, we'll keep it close. And then we're going to send Zeke in the later rounds of this boxing match, and we're going to seal the deal because we would punish teams in the end of the game. They wouldn't want to tackle Zeke. But right now, I feel like we got a bunch of probably good plays, but don't nobody go into a game with a strategy. Hey, we're going to lean on this team. And look, I'll give them this. Out of the bye week, They looked like they came into the Minnesota game finally with a strategy, and we won.
Yeah, we won.
They came into last week's game with a sort of strategy, playing around, not taking. They like, well, we're kind of more healthy. We'll beat Washington. We got Dalton. We'll beat Washington. You got to respect every opponent. As Pittsburgh, they didn't respect us and almost lost.
Oh.
You better respect her. And I wish they would get out their system because Dallas is good for that. Like this week. I'm telling you, I know my team like the back of my hand. Over that, you're gonna hear, especially on Monday, you're gonna hear, man, Dallas might as well not even show up because Lamar's supposed to play. Right? And every time we get disrespected like that to where like people dismiss us, here they come because of the outside noise. They get their mind right, and we'll show up and at least play Baltimore close. I can't guarantee a win. The fan in me will say win, but I'm just saying like logically we'll play them close, right? And then we'll play the Bengals and take them for granted and mess around and get beat because Dallas is stupid. They wait for outside motivation instead of having talks like we talking. Like as the players on the team, forget the coaches. Like you got to take these players. They grown men like you are. And I don't know why every time it's a game, like I know they took Washington lightly, and that's why we got beat. But they spent 2 weeks focusing on Minnesota, ready, and they came out there focused.
Yep.
So look, I call this second bye week because we didn't really plan on it, but here we go again.
Yep, that's
With
true.
the second bye week, hopefully we come into Baltimore in the next 5 games, or after that, the next 4 games, focus. But we'll see. We'll see real soon.
All right, Cowboy fan talk. I know how you feel about Andy Dalton, and you ended him, and you brought me to school, and I told you we should start GG. Now, Cowboy fan, I want to know, Cowboy fan talk. Cowboys fan 1980. How do you feel about GG? And do you think that this is a time to maybe? Because I liked what I saw from him. I didn't like what I saw from Andy Dalton against Washington. So going into the Baltimore game, do you think there's a chance that we might see GG out there?
Nah. Andy Dalton is a pocket quarterback. He only runs if he has to. He ran a couple of times last week.
Shocked me too.
Yeah. He needs an offensive line, and that's something we don't have. Andy Dalton he's a pretty good quarterback. He can put the ball. You saw he put the ball right in Coop's
He can make all the throws. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he can. He's accurate down. Yeah. So if we can give him just a little time to do that, there's no quarterback that wants to run. They don't want to. You can. I don't care if you're talking to Michael Vick. Michael Vick never wanted to run, but he felt like he had to make things happen.
Yes, sir.
Because you see what happens when you run. You see Russell Wilson, he slides like a motherfucker. Now, Dak Prescott's gonna do when he comes back, he's gonna slide.
Oh, Dak ain't playing no more games.
No, you can't. It gets you hurt. So
yeah.
I like Dalton. I think Dalton could put some points. He's been putting points on the board. He just needs the time to do it. And we haven't been able to allow that because of the injury bug. You get what I'm saying? Our best lineman, I'm hurt. And Zach Martin.
Man, he put a touchdown on the field last week, CD.
Yeah. That was a touchdown.
Dalton made the pass in his hands. Yeah. You can't blame that on Dalton.
No. I think
and the week before that, he put a ball right in the breadbasket of Michael Gallup. In the minutes, I seen it. He should have caught that.
Him and Michael Gallup, you can tell they're not on the same page.
Michael Gallup missed that a lot.
No, Dak and Michael Gallup was like Romo and Dez. All you had to do was throw it.
That's his dad.
All you had to do was throw it up, and Michael Gallup would go get it, or Dez Bryant would go get it. Dalton don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying?
I think Dalton like CD, but I think he lost confidence in him when you dropped that ball.
There you go. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why the rhythm is not there. The rhythm is not there.
You're right.
And you have any step off a beat, the party's over. You see what I'm saying? So
they're playing like a bunch of white boys.
I like the way you put that.
They ain't getting
the party was over.
Yeah, the party's over.
It was a good party, and it was like the DJ slashed the music off when he did that punt. As soon as that punt messed up, it's like, man, all right, party over. Everybody go home.
Yeah, 100%, man. So like you said earlier, 1980, and I want to hit that because it goes above the players at this point. Coaches. Now, at one point, they even put the camera. I don't know. Did you see the point where they put the camera on Jerry Jones? Jerry Jones was like this. He looked like he was praying. He was, please, Lord, help me, because we need help. Now, we're going to touch on the coaching staff because I believe that somebody's going to take a hit. Somebody along the coaching line is going to take it at the end of the season.
Mike Nolan.
They're going to be sent packing, right?
There'll be a fall guy for the fans, and it's going to be Mike Nolan.
You think so? Okay, that's what I was saying too. I think the defensive coach next year, he's out.
I think McCarthy. They gave Dave Campo 2 years, so they're going to give McCarthy another year.
Oh yeah.
The only way they would can McCarthy is if a big dog called Jerry and was like, "I want the team," and then he might, because Jerry is all about fandom. So if a coach that was like, "You ain't see it coming," like one of the big dogs, like Urban Meyer or something, that he feels like he can parlay into some marketing.
Yeah.
He'd consider it. He'd be like, I wasn't going to fire McCarthy, but I can parlay, because Jerry all about his money. So if it can generate some buzz, like say we have this bad year, we go 6-10 or 7-9 or however, you know what I'm saying, and the fandom's kind of indifferent, and he like, oh, I can spark the fandom with a little Urban Meyer. Yeah, he'd be like, all right, Mike, appreciate it. or what's the guy from Oklahoma?
Okay, so you guys think that definitely Nolan is the guy that probably, and we're going to touch on this at the end of the season because I really want to see it. I think the same thing. So obviously Nolan's going to take a hit. Players. And also we're going to touch on another topic that I want to ask you guys. Does Jerry Jones finally take a step back next year and let Stephen Jones run the show? Because he hasn't really been involved this year. Like Jerry Jones will be on the field. Jerry Jones will be talking to the media. Jerry Jones has actually taken a little bit of a step back, and he looks old. I'm sorry.
That's the only way he's stepping back. He got to be physically unable to perform.
He's Al Davis.
Yeah, they're going to drag Jerry out of the stadium on a stretcher. I'm not going to wood. I'm just saying.
So you guys think that he's not taking a step back next year? I think he's still going to be involved somehow.
Somehow he's going
to. If he physically can. Oh, he'll give orders from his deathbed.
Yeah,
Jerry ain't going nowhere.
Nah.
Nope. Okay. All right.
That was an easy question.
Let me ask you a question, 1980, and Sid. How do y'all feel like the Stephen Jones? And look, I ain't trying to speak deaf on nobody, but when it's Stephen Jones' full show, how y'all think this is gonna run? Because I'm kind of nervous.
I'm nervous
because we all know who's gonna have full control at some point. And is he going to be a person like once his dad's out the way, like, you know what, I'm going to just hire the right people and let them run it? Or do we got a little baby new Jerry that we're going to have to just deal with, and that's it? That's it.
That's a tough question. It's sensitive too, because you got to remember, it's just like a preacher and his child. He wants his child to take over that pulpit when he gets old and retired and stuff like that.
That's true.
So that's kind of that's kind of direction I'm going to go in. I believe Stephen is going to try to run it just like Jerry did, just like Daddy did, So the only way we're going to, and I've said this back when we had Romo, the only way we're going to win a championship is to outplay the coaching staff. We're going to have to have we're going to have to have the talent in here to do it, though. It takes talent to do it. We're going to have to outplay the front office and coaching staff.
1980 here preaching, man. You dropping knowledge.
Yeah, man, definitely. This is why I watched 1980, man. And I fell in love because this is what he does. He tells it how it is, and that's why I started my show, Speak Your Mind, all the time, because I like to speak my mind and how I feel about things, and you guys both do it too, and I appreciate that more than anything. So with that,
everybody wants to win.
Yes, sir.
And I'm talking about YouTubers also.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to win on YouTube. Everybody wants to have that video about some specific guy so they can get that view.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because it makes them look like they know what they're talking about. It's a facade. You get what I'm saying? So
okay. So let me finish.
Let me finish. I get it. I get it. Because when I started my channel, I saw what everybody else was doing. And I said, well, if you go back and look at my videos years ago, I had to bring a different flavor to it. I brought different characters, things like that to try to, because anybody can get on here and talk stats and, we lost and we did this, we did that. Anybody can do that.
Yes,
Anybody. My 11-year-old can do that. He can get on here and say, oh, we lost, they didn't catch the ball. We didn't score, yada, yada. Anybody can do that.
Yeah. Right.
Anybody can say, oh, we only had 100 and something yards. This guy, he don't cut right. He don't break on the ball right. So I had to bring a different flavor. Everybody wants to win, but it's how you want to win. Mm-hmm. It's what you have to go through to win. Yep. You have to crawl. You have to crawl and look bad before you walk and look good. You get what I'm saying?
That's why this shit. Yep.
It's such a science to doing this and being a Dallas Cowboy fan and playing the game too on different levels. I've had the privilege to play the game on different levels, not the NFL level, but different levels. So I'm able to understand and bring a different point of view, a realistic view to what I'm doing, what you guys do. Everybody has a different style. I'm always like, don't watch my channel. Go to Rome's channel. Go to Sid's channel. I'm always shouting out. You get what I'm saying? Because we're all doing the same thing here. And I'm not trying to compete with anybody. I've never tried to, don't watch this channel, just watch mine. I've never done that. You get what I'm saying? So if you know what you're talking about and it's real and it's from the heart,
that's the thing.
They'll come. They'll come. Yeah. And if the Cowboys, and this goes for them, if they know what they're doing, whether it's front office, if it's coaching, if it's those Super Bowls, they will come. They haven't came because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know. So if they don't know, what makes you think the players are going to know?
Preach.
You can't win Super
It's like
Bowl.
The blind leading the blind.
Yeah. You can't win Super
Bowl.
We lost our guy. Listen, he'll be back. And while I think we're still on his stream.
My bad.
Yeah, there we go.
What I
just want to add a little suspense for y'all.
Is you can't win Super Bowls off of flipping a coin.
Yeah, no.
Or putting a coin into a slot machine. You have to earn it. And with Jimmy Johnson, he made his players earn it. If we didn't win, he made it so uncomfortable. He made it so uncomfortable to lose. Michael Elliott said it best. If we lost the game, I've said this a million times. I've said the story a million times. On the plane, Jimmy Johnson said, "No food. Don't feed them. They don't need to eat because hell, we just lost.
Yeah,
they don't need lobster. They don't need steak and potatoes. Give them those dry ass salty peanuts that you get. You know what I'm saying? Not on first class, but on coach. Give them those peanuts. They don't need to see. That's gone.
Call it Dallasitis, man. They get the Dallas.
Because nobody wants to be wrong. Nobody wants to learn from anybody. Nobody wants to tell anybody anything. Nobody wants to be told. See, that old school mentality is gone.
You're right.
It's gone. Right. In social media, that rules the world. Everybody wants quick results. Okay, cool.
Amen.
No, you're right.
You see, guys, right? And anybody who's in the stream right now from my channel watching, Dallas Cowboys fan 1980, you gotta subscribe to his channel. Dallas Cowboys for life. Definitely come check me out on my channel. Cowboys Fan Talk. Go subscribe to his channel because, guys, we do this for the love of the team. And
you don't know 1980. I'm ashamed of you.
You know what? 1980, bro. And you know what? I'm going to go into it. My father was African American, believe it or not. And you remind me so much of my father because of how you talk. My dad used to have this passion for the Dallas Cowboys. He used to sit and talk about the Dallas Cowboys to me like it was his best friend. And he would break it down and keep it real like you did. And I remember sitting, you young, you don't want to hear, I wanted to be out in the park playing hopscotch with the girls, red light, green light, I didn't want to hear about the Dallas Cowboys back then, but I appreciate it. May his soul rest in peace. And I'm going to the Dallas Cowboys game next year because we were supposed to go together and we didn't make it. But I'm going to make it on that star, and I know my dad will be there right next to me. And I want to thank you, Cowboy Fan 1980, because you remind me so much of him.
That's dope.
And I appreciate you, man, because you keep it real, and I love that about you. There's nothing that I enjoy more than this. When you post a stream, I get all comfortable, get my snacks.
Gotta lock in.
Watch you, bro.
Gotta lock in.
We're gonna jump into one thing. Now, a lot of people say the Dallas Cowboys have no talent, and that upsets me because on paper, we have the talent, right? Do you guys agree?
Yeah, I think
on paper
we got holes, but we got talent.
Yeah,
we got the talent. Now it's been 2 years now. 2 years that everybody's been talking about the Dallas Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. I remember last year. We're all hyped up, and didn't happen. This year again, we drafted CeeDee Lamb. We drafted a few other players. We made certain moves. Dallas is going to Super Bowl. We have so much talent. And you know what? I don't know if you guys saw Deion Sanders' post on Twitter where he said, we have no dogs. We have nobody who's fighting. We have nobody who's taking responsibility for their actions. Right? So with that being said, is that the case? Because I don't think I don't see the players hungry. You can't have one player hungry. We all have to be hungry.
Yeah.
It's the culture.
You keep saying that word culture, and it is true. We need it. Do you think that we have the talent to get to the next Super Bowl? That's what I want to know. And with that being said, and I'm tired of hearing it, and I keep seeing posts about Dak being traded. Is Dak with us next year? And do we have the right people to put us in the right motion to that Super Bowl?
Well, I can answer the second question easily. Yes, Dak will be on our team.
Yeah.
He will be on. Look, some of that stuff you see float out in the media is just narrative. They're just trying to get clicks. They're trying to get views. The Jets ain't moving off Lawrence. That's first. And if something miraculous happened and we were faced with a decision, like we had, like the Jets won a couple games and we had to pick, then we can revisit that conversation if that happened. But I don't want to talk in hypotheticals. Dak will be there. As far as the team, yes, we have the talent. But just like 1980 said, if no talent beats talent, I think what's the quote? I think you know it. No talent beats talent when talent don't work hard.
Yeah.
And our culture, I think I said it right, but our culture has to get right. Now, let's not let this bad season go to waste.
Yeah.
Let's call this season the foundational season.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like you were saying earlier, you got to take your lumps in life. Mm-hmm. We all are grown adults, so I know we'd all have had our lumps because life is hard. Right. But look, you learn from your pitfalls and you get better. So the season that we all didn't want, of course, we all wanted to be 12-4 and all that extra stuff. It ain't happening, obviously. But since we going through our doldrums, let's learn from all these mistakes. I hope that McCarthy's analyzing, okay, I need to chill out on just being too aggressive when these fourth downs. Like everybody need to look in the mirror. McCarthy, Nolan might be on Indeed next year, so that's different. But you know what I'm saying? I just think that my main thing we're always preaching culture is we need to it's not flipping a switch. We're not the Chiefs where they know they're good.
Yeah.
We have to build brick by brick. Right now,
we're already there. Yeah.
Huh?
No, I was agreeing. I was saying the Chiefs are already there. So
yeah, they're mentally there.
Yeah.
They could be down 21 in the fourth. They're like, all right, let's go and knock it out real quick. Because they mentally know I can, like when Tyreek Hill lines up across from somebody, he look at them like,
you got in the first quarter? First quarter.
What happened?
Yeah.
I don't
know.
know.
I'm just saying, like when he lines up across from somebody, he already mentally beat him.
Yeah.
Like Metcalf last week, or the other day in versus the Eagles. He went in that game like I'm about to dominate. No doubt in his mind. I'm waiting for someone on Dallas And there's players like that just start showing up. That's where that dog that Deion's talking about comes from.
Yep.
The dog is it don't happen mid-game. The dog is in you before you even put on your cleats.
Yeah.
You like, I don't care who step in front of me today. I don't care. I'm about to dominate. You think Deion ever worried about, all right, well, I guess the best receiver in the game across from me. Like when he played Jerry Rice, he used to be like, all right, I'm about to dominate you too. No hesitation. That's what we need. And I feel like I'll leave it like this, and I'll let you guys talk. Y'all saw the quote about the quote from Dak today that they've been floating around the media when he's talking about his rehab. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about just basically to sum it up, he's just talking about getting better every day because he's dealing with rehab. He's probably never dealt with this type of rehab. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody that mentally, if you read the quote, the way he's attacking his rehab, that's the dog that Deion's talking about.
Yeah.
Dak can't wait to get back on the field. The doubters, that's been part of his whole professional career. That's like the sun coming up in the morning. That's going to happen. They're going to doubt Dak till he retire. But that hunger is why when he walked off the field, everybody was lifeless. Like, so what we do now? Because we used to follow Dak. You know?
Yeah.
So let's see, after a year of this many pitfalls, like every time it's like we can't get right. Like 1980 said, the last 3-4 games, I was like, oh, we turned the corner. Up, party over.
Yeah. So
let's just see. Like, okay, you got knocked back down. You thought you was going on a 6-7 game run. You didn't. Now what? You know? Now what? So this Baltimore game, I'm happy Lamar is coming back. Good. I want them to be fully healthy.
Yeah.
I want to see our team with one arm behind our back go out there and fight a fully healthy Baltimore team because it'll give me more knowledge about what we're building than if they're hurt. I don't want to see Trace McSorley. I want to see a fully healthy Baltimore team.
Yeah.
And I want to see us take them to the brink like we did Pittsburgh.
Yep.
You know, so I can be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm confident about my team. I don't really care about the win or loss. I want to win. I want to see some fight. I want Baltimore to leave, and I want them to say what Ben Roethlisberger said. He's like, yo, I don't care what nobody say about Dallas' record. Them boys came to play.
Yeah.
I need that type of quote. Yeah. And I'll be good. I'll sleep at night with that one.
Yeah.
All right, man. Before we end this stream, I want to ask you guys, and Rome, you just touched on it. Cowboys fan 1980. Do we have a chance to beat Baltimore? And do we have a chance to win our next 5 games? That's the real question. Do you think the Dallas Cowboys, seeing what happened in Washington, and they have a long break right now. We have a long break. I hope they're working to try and figure things out and get things right now.
Right.
But going into the Baltimore's game, could we actually get that W, and could we get the next 5 Ws to be able to win the NFC East if there's a chance for us to win the NFC East and for us to make the playoffs?
Anything's possible. I mean, I'm not going to say, no, we don't, because they'll mess around and go and beat Baltimore. That's just like that's how Dallas is. We'll lose against a mediocre team and then go and beat a giant, a juggernaut, so.
We nearly did it against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think we would have had the right pieces in place. We could have beat them. But true. It's hard for me to say because I went through these games 2 weeks ago. Before we played Washington, I said Washington is a winnable game. Then I said the Baltimore is a winnable game. It's going to be a little tough, but if we can contain Jackson, that's a winnable game because they've shown weaknesses, especially yesterday against Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah.
Donovan Wilson showed hey.
The Bengals, that's a winnable game. 49ers is a winnable game. Eagles is a winnable. New York. These last games, we have the easiest schedule.
Yes.
We have the easiest schedule. Would I want the Dallas Cowboys? Do we deserve to go to the playoffs? That's the real question. Because if we do go to the playoff, guess who's waiting on us?
The Rams.
Teams that really have their shit together, teams that want to win, and we're probably going to be one and done anyway. We're a broken and battered team. It's going to take a miracle to get any further than in the wild card. If we make it there, I don't even see us making it there, but if we go on a winning streak and win these next, 4 or 5 games, whatever. Do we deserve to be in there? If you ask me, no. If we make it there, okay, cool. Another week, football, yada yada yada. But it is what it is. I'm just speaking fact. I would love for them to go to the world, but do we deserve to be in it? The way we've been playing, all the injuries, all the ups and downs, the negatives and the positives, all we're going to be able to cope with all of that in the playoffs, the wild card, the first, divisional round, those look who's you got all these teams that are ready. They got this together. They've been through the same thing we've been through, guys. They've been through injuries. They've been through COVID-19, everything. There's no excuses. And they're still winning. They're winning games.
That's a
They're
fact.
doing what they're supposed to do. You get what I'm saying? So that lets you know, if you watch other teams play, you see how handicapped your team is. And going back to that question, which I was trying to paint a picture for so people can understand, I have to answer a question with a question because I don't know. It's like we're back to the drawing board. Because we, after that, especially after losing on Thanksgiving, that's nationwide.
Like a double loss.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. They always embarrass us on Thanksgiving. I don't know why, but they just do.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, yeah, man, we're going to go in here and we're going to beat Baltimore. And then we're going to
beat the Baltimore game.
We're going to beat the Bengals. Even though the Bengals suck, we're going to beat them. I don't know. Because you don't know we're not a consistent team. We're so out of sync, out of rhythm. You don't know what team you're going to get. So that's a tough question. That's a question that you answer with a question. Do we deserve to go any further? You know what I'm saying? Because right now, no. That's all I got.
All right. So I got your intake on it. Mr. Rome, what do you think?
I got to roll with what 1980 said. Like, do they deserve to? The way they've been playing, no, they don't deserve it. But I guess I'll just roll with it. All hinges. I hate to say it like that and make it suspenseful, but it's not really about. They could lose to Baltimore, and we could still win the rest of our games. End up 7-9, right. And make some hay. It's all about. I feel like the team's confidence will hinge on this game. If they go out there to the team that people were acting like was a road grader, like when we first looked at Baltimore on our schedule at the beginning of the year, everybody was like, "Ooh."
Yeah,
and that was before all of this happened. Even when we all thought that we were going, because everybody thought Dallas was going 12-4 or something stupid, 11-5. You still circled the Baltimore game like that's probably a loss. Even the fans. So you want a confidence builder, a real one? Go out there and hang with Baltimore. And I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. Because we ain't got to talk about none of the other games because they're irrelevant if we get blown off the field in Baltimore. Baltimore isn't what we thought they were. They just sound like Denny Green.
Yeah.
They not. Baltimore is a good team. I'm not overlooking them. But if we go out there and play Baltimore, if they've been doing their film study and you make Lamar Jackson throw outside them hashes, you got to make him beat us. And if Donovan Wilson show up, because we're going to need a little spy on Lamar Jackson because he coming back to run. He like, ooh, Dallas don't tackle. I'm about to go for 300.
Yeah. There you go.
If we show up tackling, and like 1980 was saying earlier, like Pittsburgh, they go in there with a disposition, like they come into the game with an attitude. They already mad. Mm-hmm. They come into the game feeling disrespected. We need to roll into Baltimore like remember when we beat the Saints like two years ago? Yeah. When it was just like they were like, there's no way in the world Dallas is winning.
Yeah.
And remember back when Jalen Smith was that dude and he beat Kamara to the edge? Remember that? That type of psyche. Like, I don't care. Yeah. You're not getting in the end zone. I don't like if we come in with that type of attitude and they show me something, ask me the question next week, Sid, and I'll be like, okay, I'm ready to talk about those other 4 games. Right now, I'm zeroed in on Baltimore. I need to see how the team looks. It'll tell. I haven't even known what to talk about this week, so I spent my last video clowning Carson Wentz because I really need to see the next game, and then I'll have my material. I'll know where I want to go because if we come out looking flat, I'm probably gonna kick the coaching staff's teeth in for the rest of the year on all my videos because I'm gonna be like, you know what, y'all have no merit. If we come out and show some fight, then I'll be cool. Win or loss. Win or loss. It's not really about the win as much as I hate to say that. It's more about seeing, is these dudes going to show up? So that Tuesday is, it's a weird day of the week, obviously, but I'm looking forward to it. We're going to be on the biggest stage as usual with everybody in the world watching. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. So here's my quick take on it. I said it before. I said, if the Dallas could come together and work as a team and start performing as a team where we need that culture, like you keep saying, and we go into the next 5 games and win, and we go into the playoffs continuing in that direction, that positive direction, yes, I want the Dallas Cowboys to go into playoffs, and let's see what we can do. But if we're going to go out there and win the next 2 to 3 games and struggle against low-end teams, if we lose against the Eagles again, I think I'm going to lose my mind because I can't take the Eagles. We're never going to hear the end of it. I'm going to have to hear it until
that is the one personal week. I ain't gonna lie. That week it is personal. It's annoying.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
But I'll tell you this though. You ever noticed this with Dallas? We're the common denominator. So say the Eagles, which they're looking like they're going back down, and the Giants are on the rise. Guess what'll be the new rivalry over the next couple of years? Us and the Giants.
Yeah.
And then if the Redskins come up and the Giants fall down, it'll be back to the original rivalry, us and the Redskins.
Yeah.
It ain't never us at the bottom. It's always one of the teams in the division super angry at us.
That's true.
That's how you know we at the top of the division. Because it's never, the Giants and the Eagles got this real beef going on. They don't care. Everybody care about us.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the head that wears the crown, though. So I'm going to just,
Man, I really appreciate you guys. Cowboys fan 1980. I've been looking forward to this for a year. As you said it. So before we chime out, I just want everybody to know where to find everyone. So, Mr. Rome, let them know where to find you, your YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff, man.
Okay, no doubt. And y'all know where to find 1980, you lying. You know where to find them. But it's Mr. Rome, man. Cowboys fan talk. Been in the game for 5 months, trying to, carve my niche out. You can find me at Cowboys fan talk on YouTube. On Twitter, it's Cowboys_fan talk. And I got an IG Cowboys fan talk too. If you ever want to hit me up, ask me any questions, let me know. Still just trying to do this thing.
Yeah, man. I'm Sid. I'm always on my channel. I try and do stuff pretty much. I always try and have guests on. We do big things, and I'm going to continue doing that. If you want to find me, Dallas Cowboys, the number 4 life. And my Twitter is Sid DC for life. And my Instagram, which I just opened up recently, is Sid DC for life _. Unfortunately, the Sid DC for life wasn't available. So definitely come see me. Come see Mr. Rome. You guys know where to find 1980. This is history. You guys are on it, man. But I respect this guy more than anything, and I will always watch your videos. And we're going to do this again, man, because this is not going to stop here. We're going to continue doing this. And the next time I want to do this, and we're going to have people calling in. I think I want to do that, bring that to the next level. So, all right, Cowboy fan, man, thank you. I'm humble right now. Thank you for having me on, and I really appreciate it. And for my fans watching that tuned into this, please go subscribe to his channel because I'm telling you, he drops some crazy knowledge. But let them know where to find you as well, man.
All right, guys. Once again, man, I appreciate it. Y'all already know where to find me.
Yes, sir.
I've been doing this for a long time. But don't worry about me. Go check these guys out because they are very knowledgeable guys. They know what they're talking about.
Appreciate it.
They keep their ears to the ground. So diehard Cowboy fans. So don't worry about me. Y'all go check them out. Y'all already know me. So
we're in the front lines for you.
Yeah, man.
But man, it's always cool to talk Cowboys football.
Always
cool. Always nice. Whether we're losing or we're winning, we die hard and we're not going anywhere. Everybody, Cowboys suck. Okay, what do you want us to do? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't get when people say that. Like, I know some Dolphins fans. I know fans. Nobody bothers them. You know what I'm not as much. It's very, very, very hard being a Cowboy fan. It
Really
really
in everybody's division, apparently.
it's a full-time job. It really is. It's a full-time job. We take the most. We're the most loved and the most hated team in sports. Period. All of sport. Richest team in sports. Period.
We keep the lights on. The Cowboys, we keep the lights on.
Even living here in DFW, it's hard. It's hard because you got a lot of people moving here now, and they're not Cowboy fans, and they're Cowboys suck, yada yada. Oh, but you're here though, so I mean, but it is what it is. We're not going anywhere. We're going to continue to make videos. We're going to continue to produce videos. We're going to continue to spread the word and educate people on how we feel about how our team is doing. We're going to critique. If you don't like it, we're not going to lose any sleep at all. We're just not. We're not. But that's not what we're here for. We're not here for that. We're here to spread the word, and that's it. A lot of people spread it in different ways, and that's respectful and it's understandable. I get it.
Yes, sir.
But guys, thank y'all for joining us tonight. I really do. Sid, appreciate you having me. Ron, appreciate you having me.
Thank you.
To my fans, to you guys, God bless you. Make sure you stay cowboyed up and prayed up because you never know what the day is going to bring you.
Yes, sir.
Look at us, man. We out.